adofo ne etie fo amohwe me da mu na amase ngiri se obada roma ho ye se de meso me ho ye ade achi bem de na de bia ne emu nsensem nsefufo na de bia edi akoniaba nsema emudo etifo ebentuma gibe ni kuti nsema eden agi ne ho me na emra
56
in 8 years.
In 8 years. I decided to do same for 7.5 years. 1,503. 56 against 1,503.
From 2012 to 2016, Ghana buying a issue 1,402 small-scale mining licenses. Then from 2017 to September 30th, 2024, Abai issue 1,014 small-scale mining licenses. So be catch us and Naku for the buy yama more small-scale mining licenses. Ababia a intro. No cranium. And yama your 7 day bata small-scale mine. Garam say a corner a bigger danger more my God.
And so over the last 7 to 8 years, 5.7 million Ghanaian children are benefiting from the system. And then you call baby him for ne and ma woman omni dear dance yes first no more toy and tuma. A bin also and kola being not buha as or tenefie because unibi. Many people who would not have had the opportunity. And this is a policy or the bar affecting every household. Where and yet policy affecting a section of the population. Ghana Nibia. All the regions everywhere. Intisa policy, far-reaching policy, and another danko kufodo the buy aba umiata na chi omatimia achieve no there. Me jidi say the papa. Na omo mistake o my by fighting it into eneno ya no mpese they want to come back and create the impression say first quite some na the buy. Inti sa kasa no say Ghana for nyenkola. O many bi omo so tie. They know what is the truth and what is propaganda. Inti obi anim say over the last 30 or so years after this Fourth Republic, all the far-reaching policies are a boa a here for a people in the buy. One way ni be. You cry, you see a center-right conservative, you are almost a social democrat. Almost for one intervention, my.
One intervention be anywhere a sin rate hospital see a be upgrading no, then you probably me ako. One intervention be anywhere a chair a circle Dubai a year why ya can
I don't even remember me call there that interchange usually the cost of it circle there
aye
it's more than about 5 interchanges yeah Ghana has it.
Hey.
I'm telling you well I don't even want to go there
okay
because me can say Kumasi airport almost overlay keke any lights can say 29 million. I was general secretary. I had cause to write to them said that cannot be possible. I worked as a young engineer on that runway. I know the length of that runway in 1991 as a resident engineer, Ghana Highway Authority. Lemex bound, you know, yes, sir.
Welcome for
I was the resident engineer there for a couple of months.
Okay.
Oh, and you know, I don't want to waste too much time on some of these things because to be I'm saying at fault. Say you buy dubious projects like Saglemi. We didn't do anything about it. Dragged on and dragged on and dragged on. Till so can be a politics now. Mentia said that say attempts over 200 million. Near their comma foreign contractor. Baby connected to nowhere with no transit arrangements for transport and 5,000 units umusi if we say umutimisi less than 1,200
what say na ko see at the end is a revolving fund be you see near tom near sign
no the government no the NDC government kojia bosia ye twa say o so say sa bosia kojia and edima contractor.
Wow,
that should cover. We are simple mathematics. Just say that should have been $40,000 per unit. They ended up from what they have been. They are telling us that every unit cost them $127,000. How?
Wow.
Apartments. And those are some of the things. I think that as a government, you take a look at a few major issues and deal with it. The issue of people collecting double salaries, which is the worst form of corruption. So ministers and parliamentarians double for some strange region. You aren't taking any action. And so those are some of the shortcomings as a government that we have to be honest to admit to, and then move on. Let the Ghanaian people know, say, this is the beginning of a new chapter. Baumia is going to lead the country on a certain trajectory. We need we have to cut our coat according to our size. It's gotten to a point as if Ghana for him. We share a road network. We have one of the most extensive road networks in Africa. If you per capita, our population and the land size, the road network that we have in this country, over 100,000 kilometers, is one of the most densely connected road networks in Africa. In Tibia, it's time for us to put a block on new roads and maintain what we have, because we don't have a maintenance culture. Instead of intervening, intervening. Now, I feel I say we are. New contract. Those are the things that I do believe conversations Dr. Baumia having. The waste in the system. Ghana co-ministries sika almost spending on workshops, seminars. They be a of course, it has to. Now, the amount of reports that are on the shelves that have not been implemented, we have to move into an implementation mode. The Bia near Koda Hotel, near the Nipakogu hotels, it's a waste of everybody's time. The country has to be serious, and I believe Dr. Baumia is a very serious-minded person. That is why I am attracted to him, because I see my values and my views and principles very aligned to what he is espousing. Small government, efficient, effective government, and having a drastic penalty regime. Say you have the political will to punish people for wrongdoing. That has to happen in this country. On my team, the Public Accounts Committee about be 2 years late crash or so to start with. Nobody gets punished for the delay. Two, now Sika, I am misappropriated various amounts of money. Misappropriated. And so be a muda. And politicians, we are the easy trying. A lot of it is down to our technocrats and the civil servants. You understand? Yes, we have to lead by example and also manage the ministries and the government. But we are manager of a ministry. You are not a technical brain. Until one advice to the minister to sign a lease into a forest body. Those questions should be asked.
So you ban intino me chief director me CEO nebia mo PMC me minerals commission me me sign me nyem from so
Mrana is against environmental principles, especially you will be EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. You are there paid to safeguard the environment for this country. And there was a reason why it is a forest reserve. So, if eventually we've seen some gold deposits there, it should take a stream and be a certain portion of it. You bet me into it on a certificate of emergency. So, and after that, all these mining leases, they have reclamation clauses in them. When we saw Biakwa mining, as I restore green renewal.
There be a reclamation. You start the money power from Okoye.
And you see, it has become a milking, money-making machine for the system. And because Ghanaians are materialistic, they say, "Sika abedi enim." Yes, so na ntisa kwame. Yamasika abedi enim. It is those of us who believe otherwise. As a sorry near Kasa. Even if it affects our party, our government, sometimes we have to be seen to be saying it. Okay. And I quite remember when we were campaigning, I was saying a few things about how tough the economy is, and that as a president intervened. At the time, the dollar 127.
Yeah.
Can the NDC for your propaganda mati adverta omoka 15 or 16? If I had been listened to, yeah, Kasebia me Kasakeke. So, Oma is it leader there? Who here nipa? Umbeti show when him. No makano so. Look you in the eye, and there should be enough elders in this tradition. You self-made men. You don't need anything from anybody.
No. And
for the last 10 years since I had my problems, I've survived on my own. I'm not a part of the government. I don't take any pegs from anybody. And to say me kasa free me, I mean well for the Ghanaian people. And to any leader who I feel means well for the Ghanaian people, I'm going to support him. And I think that Dr. Bawumia is a very solid example of that kind of person. And that kind of background now. Niema wa from niya dia wa hu ni wiase ema wo tima who say ye kase only the patron of lepers aid.
Okay.
So only the call wager leprosaria me chese me kwa me hu pupu say eja ye de hu lepers say ye kio no now ye udi papa ye chi no atam bia boy bo just say ukure say so tem bisa eja dia no or satimano.
Yeah.
Or a patron of the street children. Only also for Campbell,
Father Campbell.
Father Campbell. Oh, enti oyobia ope tembi ope so boa. Omu enibi. And I think we need a critical mass of public spirited leaders in our country. Nye omu eba se ahane ebenye sika. That mentality a cripple into the system no. We've got to stop it in both parties, Maka. And there have been bad examples in both parties. Sebin kola enye jumada emo brani atamom edo makosi positions akese na afufu omo. So
the crown na woke you because obi onye jumada.
Yeah.
Ha na so boduam kakra na memfa advert yi emfem. It's all